Welcome to Latham's Outdoor Pursuits. I'm Justin Latham, and this is my first YouTube video. This is going to be a 2023 hunt. It's a turkey hunt, and leading up to this season, that was a little different than most of the seasons we've had. The birds have been pushed down to 2, so we were at 3 and 4 previous years. Now we could only harvest 2, and then the season was always the same date every time. So this time we were pushed 2 weeks further into the season. So didn't know really what to expect going in that much later in the year, but wound up it wasn't too bad. I put trail cameras all over the property trying to figure out where these birds were coming through the field, and found 2 gobblers that were working pretty much the same thing every day. So set it lined up, was going to take the bow in, and like most hunts, it just didn't work out. They gobbled, worked up and down the edge of the field, but just never committed to the decoy. And that seemed to be the pattern through most of the season. You would call at them, they'd gobble, they'd work their way in, and just wouldn't commit to the decoy. And then finally, I found a bird that was roosting in the top right corner of the property. He was about 75 yards off of my property and on the neighboring property. So I'd set up right there the night before, roosted him, figured out where he was at, come in the next day, and there he was, hammering like crazy. You know, he gobbled for 40, 50 minutes on the limb. Didn't work out when he come off roost. He come down and went the opposite direction, and for about an hour or so I didn't hear anything from him. And then finally he had worked his way down to the left side of the property and was gobbling all the way down to there. Now he got stuck when he got to my property line and couldn't figure out how to get over. He heard me calling but couldn't figure out how to get onto my property, so he was pretty much hung up. So I kept trying to decide, you know, do I try to work down further, wrap around the property, come in from another direction? You know, what could I do to get this bird to cross, because he was ready to come in. So as I'm walking down the fence line, I stop and listen for a few minutes. He doesn't gobble, he doesn't do anything. Hit the box collar, he gobbles. Then it wasn't 2 seconds, I turn around and there's a gobbler standing right in the middle of the field. I hunker down, pretty much crawl all the way back to my chair, and from there I'm just trying to call this bird in. He gobbled here and there, and he was gobbling to my calls, and it was kind of like he was stuck on that ridge top. He finally worked his way down into the gully and kind of got stuck down there for about 10 minutes, and then, you know, just some soft calls, kind of got him worked a little bit up the hill, but it seemed like he'd go right back down into the bottom. Finally, I just went silent on him, and it wasn't 10 minutes. He'd come all the way up that hill, and I seen his head pop over into the tall grass. Now I'd cut some grass with my push mower and had a section probably 30 by 30 that was, you know, ankle high. So as soon as that bird come over and seen my 2 hen decoys, it was all over from there. Hope you guys enjoy. Big old longbeard. That's awesome. Young bird, but look at him. Young bird, but man, beautiful fan. Big, full, beautiful fan. That's a good bird. He got a rope on him. Oh, I'm pumped. I am pumped. Yes. He gobbled and he was on top of the hill. And he came right in. Come right into the end, and I'm not in the open, but I mean there's no real front to me, and the bird come right over the hill, worked right into the decoy. It was beautiful. Thank you, Lord. Yes.